Blazdas. Perhaps you've heard of them. Vinnie is arguably one of the inventors. And there are a bunch of excellent lessons on YouTube about them from drummers like Steve Holmes. Today, I want to give you my pivot on the blazda, which I'm very modestly calling the blazdiza. Why should you care? Because this is a relatively easy to learn lick that'll add a lot of dimension to your fills, particularly if you're playing rock. It has a really organic, muscular sound that will just help build going into a chorus. It feels good to play. Have you heard enough? Today, the blazdiza, how to learn it in just like 5 minutes, and then cool applications for it that'll up-level your drumming. Stay tuned. And dudes, we'll get right to the content, but quick sponsor message before then. Today's lesson is brought to you by me, the 80/20 drummer. What that means for you is that you do not need to transcribe anything you're going to see in this lesson. Just click the link below the player and we've done it for you. You can download it for free if you click the link and enter your email address in on the next page. Okay, on to the lesson. First, let's talk a little bit about the conventional blazda and how the blazdiza is different. So the conventional blazda just goes like this. It's all hands. It's like an inverted Swiss Army triplet, where in a Swiss Army triplet, you'd play a double with the accented hand, but with the blazda. So people are familiar with these. Vinnie used them to great effect. But with the blazdiza, we're going to add one little wrinkle to this, which is a kick drum note. So really simply, you can orchestrate that lead hand that's playing at the same time as the kick drum to a cymbal or a hat. And you can play these pretty much any part of the beat. If you're thinking of them as triplets, you can play 3, 4, or 3, 4, or 3, 4. And of course, you can play them over 16ths or 8ths as well. So 3, 4. So that's the primary difference between the blazda and the blazdiza. Okay, now that we've established what a blazdiza is, let's talk about a few of my favorite applications for the blazdiza. And these are going to be on the easier side to learn. I want to show you my favorite orchestration for these and also a way that you can turn them into a 5-note pattern instead of a 3-note pattern. First, the orchestration, which is just... I really like that in kind of a Nate Wood context. It's kind of a muscular rock feel that uses a rim shot and a floor tom. So obviously that was me playing them over an 8th note context. 3, 4. Another thing I really like to do is play them like 5s. And that would just be this. So let's slow that down and simplify it. Again, at full speed with a reference, 3, 4. So much classic rock. Of course, you can also orchestrate them to the high tom. And if you want a drier sound, you can use the hats instead of the cymbal, which I think sounds super cool. When we come back, some advanced single stuff I like to do with these. All right. So guys, before we get to the final chapter of this lesson, which is kind of advanced single stroke hot licky applications for the blush dizza, one more reminder that if you'd like a completely free transcription of all the exercises in this lesson, you have only to click the link below the player, enter your email address on the next page, and we'll send that to you completely free. All right, let's talk about advanced applications for the blush dizza. Lastly, let's talk about how you can take the kernel of this idea and expand it to something that'll make your singles more sexy. If you open up your paradiddle enough, it's really nested doubles within the triplet. So instead of, it's just, so our blush dizza becomes of course, you're implying a pulse with that. Let's play it with the hats. 3, 4. And the pulse you're implying is right, you're implying that double time. So why not play some stuff at that subdivision? 3, 4. Right, it's kind of a Travis Barker, Blink-182 type of thing, orchestrated. You can totally picture like early 2000s pop punk with that sort of fill. If you play these over triplets, what you have is doubled triplets, which is the equivalent subdivision to sextuplets. 3, 4. And you can play with that too. Let's think of a couple things we could do. So you can use any sort of, and play that a little faster. First take. I actually pulled that off on the first take. And that's how you get the gig. So guys, hope you enjoyed that. And hopefully, no matter what your level, you found something that you can take away from this lesson and apply today in your playing, and that's what I recommend. Anyway, always enjoy doing these. A lot of fun. See you again real soon in another lesson of the week. What are we talking about again?